The fluorescent lights of the hospital flickered faintly as she packed her bag. Another grueling shift had ended. Another day of saving lives in silence. Her hands, worn and trembling from hours of delicate work, finally relaxed. She thought she could leave the chaos behind and walk out unnoticed. Well, but then the hallway fell unusually silent, and the unmistakable sound of boots echoed from the entrance. Navy SEALs, tall, disciplined, and commanding, entered the room. They stopped, saluted, and addressed her as ma'am. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you re-watching from. I love knowing who is listening. She froze. Ma'am. She had never been called that before, never by anyone outside her team, never in a professional sense. Her mind raced, connecting fragments she hadn't allowed herself to acknowledge. Years ago, she had served quietly, often unseen, in operations that demanded precision, courage, and sacrifice. Now, the acknowledgement was here, unexpected and overwhelming. The SEAL leader stepped forward, eyes sharp but respectful. "We've been looking for you," he said, voice low yet commanding. She felt the weight of recognition pressing down, a mix of fear, pride, and disbelief. For a moment, the fluorescent lights felt brighter, harsher, almost revealing too much. Outside, the night air pressed against the windows, carrying the faint scent of rain. Inside, the nurses' station buzzed with oblivious activity. Unaware that one of their own had lived lives many could only imagine, she thought she'd never be recognized for what she had done. She was wrong, the team explained in quiet, clipped sentences. A mission that had gone sideways months ago, situation that required extraction and precision medical care under fire. She had been the unseen hero, stabilizing critical operatives, saving countless lives with calm hands while chaos raged around her. Her efforts had been classified, hidden from public knowledge, but not forgotten. Her reputation had traveled through the ranks, quietly building respect until now. She swallowed, emotions threatening to betray her composed exterior. The moral weight of recognition hit her. She had acted out of duty, not for accolades. Yet here were men who had faced the impossible, acknowledging her courage with the only form of respect they knew, salute, and the honorific of ma'am. Her mind replayed the mission's dust swirling in desert wind, the sharp scent of gunpowder, the trembling hands of those she had saved. She remembered each decision, each risk she had taken without hesitation. Her team had never known her fear, nor had she let it show. Now recognition felt surreal, almost undeserved, yet undeniably powerful. The SEALs detailed how her actions had changed the outcome of a critical operation. Lives had been preserved, missions had succeeded, and her composure had inspired trust in moments where doubt could have been fatal. She had been a silent guardian, and now that silence had been pierced by acknowledgement. The hospital's hum faded around her. Only the SEALs' presence mattered. The respect in their eyes was tangible, quiet testament to bravery and skill, often hidden behind uniforms and classifications. She had thought her service ended the moment her shift did, but service, she realized, never truly ends. Recognition can be delayed, but it arrives when it is most profound. As she accepted their thanks, she also confronted the moral tension, the feeling that her actions, though life-saving, had been forged in violence and danger. She had balanced the scales of life and death countless times, often alone. Yet the acknowledgement, the human connection, softened the edges of those memories, weaving them into a narrative that celebrated courage over chaos. The team eventually departed, leaving her standing alone in the now quiet hallway. The fluorescent lights flickered again, shadows stretching long across the polished floor. She felt a warmth that had nothing to do with the overhead lighting and recognition, a validation of all she had endured. For once, her courage had been named, honored, and respected openly. She walked out into the cool night, the air crisp against her skin. Every step felt lighter, though her memories remained heavy with the weight of duty and sacrifice. She realized that heroism was not always loud. It did not demand recognition. But when acknowledgement arrives, it has the power to transform silence into affirmation. Because courage doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. She paused at the hospital entrance, glancing at the stars just beyond the city lights. The night was calm, the streets quiet. But within her heart, a storm of pride, humility, and gratitude swirled. She had served often in shadows, and now that service was reflected in the salute of those who understood its true value. The world may not have seen her before, but the recognition, quiet yet profound, was more than enough. If this story moved you, share a moment when someone recognized your courage or skill, no matter how small, in the comments below. Subscribe to Whispered Words for more stories of unsung heroes, bravery, and quiet strength that leaves a lasting impact. Remember, this courage may go unseen, but respect finds its way, even in the quietest moments.